The man wrapped his girlfriend's body with cash. They planned to use this method to smuggle the $5 million they had stolen overseas. But because the amount was so large, Nick could only wrap the remaining cash around his girlfriend's abdomen. Because this method was simple, crude, yet very effective. In the blink of an eye, Daisy was dressed as a pregnant woman. As long as they could get through airport security safely, they would enjoy wealth that could last them for generations. To avoid raising suspicion, the two deliberately entered the airport separately. Sure enough, when the security staff saw the pregnant woman, they didn't ask many questions and let her through. After Daisy passed through, she slowly walked toward the elevator. Until the elevator reached halfway, Daisy dared to turn around and look at Nick. But to her surprise, Nick had just finished checking in and was immediately stopped by security. Because Nick's passport had never been used before. As security asked him the purpose of his trip, more and more people gathered around. Nick forced himself to calm down and dealt with the various questions from security. Daisy felt very anxious inside, but she dared not go back to help her boyfriend. At this point, Daisy could only trust his quick thinking. Fortunately, Nick responded calmly to everything and successfully cleared up security's doubts. Next, they would face the most crucial full-body security check. This was also the part they feared the most, because if anything went wrong, not only would all their plans be ruined, but they would also face life imprisonment. So before passing through the security gate, Daisy carefully removed all metal accessories that might trigger an alarm. But even though she thought she had considered everything, she didn't expect that when she stepped into the security gate, the machine suddenly emitted a beep. Nick's heart instantly tightened with anxiety. He stared at Daisy for a few seconds, and Nick forced himself to quickly turn around to prevent others from noticing anything unusual. Luckily, Daisy quickly removed the necklace from around her neck, which resolved the crisis. Then she passed through the security gate again. At this point, the machine didn't sound an alarm, and Nick immediately came up behind his girlfriend. It wasn't until then that both of them breathed a sigh of relief. Thinking that soon they would live a wealthy life, they smiled at each other without saying a word. And all of this started a week ago. While Nick was skateboarding, he stumbled upon a notebook. Inside, it detailed a complete plan for a cash truck robbery. It even had the vault codes written in it. At first, Nick considered returning it to its rightful owner. But when he thought of his own family's financial struggles and how they could barely afford the basics, his greed ultimately took over. Nick secretly contacted a few trusted partners and began plotting the robbery. When the notebook's owner came looking for Nick's place, he found that Nick had already disappeared. Meanwhile, Nick and his girlfriend had already arrived overseas and started a new life.